My name is Patrick. I currently live in San Diego, which is where I was when this happened 2 years ago. My parents went away for the night. This doesn't happen too often, so I thought it would be a good idea to jump on the computer, which we keep in the living room. I don't get to do anything cool usually, so I was quite excited. My buddy had recently told me about Tor browser. If anyone doesn't know, basically it lets you access the deep web. I was on there for a while and found a few link pages, which lists a bunch of deep web links you can go to. Most of them were nothing more than places to buy drugs or guns. I did this for about an hour, getting deeper and deeper. It was probably around 10 PM when I came across this site. It looked almost like a dead site, really just a black page. Then a question popped up. It said if you're not part of the Youth Collaboration Project, it is an offence to enter this site. That seemed very weird to me, and basically just made me more curious. Nothing could have made me not enter that site. Honestly, the warning label seemed like bullshit. It asked for a username and then began to open. The first thing that came up was what looked like a list of chat rooms I was able to enter. They all had a title. They said things like under 12s, teenagers, infants. Honestly, these didn't raise much of a red flag until I started scrolling. The things it said after that, I can't repeat, but I knew exactly what this site was once I saw them all. I could barely comprehend what I was reading. It was absolutely disgusting. I was on a full-on pedophile forum. I copied the link into a text file so I could send it to the cops. When I was doing this, a chat box popped up. A message came up after it and said, "Are you enjoying this site?" This scared the hell out of me. I thought that if I left now, he might get suspicious, so I typed, "Yeah," hoping that he wouldn't reply. He replied in about 2 seconds. "What's your favourite room?" he said. I had no idea what to say to this, so I just said, "Not sure, I'm new here." What he said next almost made me throw up. "How old are you? You look young," he said. I almost had a heart attack. This creep had hacked my webcam. After about 30 seconds of absolute freak out, I said, "You can see me?" He ignored that question. "San Diego," he said. "That's not far." I was horrified at this point. I just closed the window in Tor browser out of pure desperation. I turned off the computer, locked all the doors and windows, and went to my room. I finally managed to get to sleep when my parents got home at 3 AM. I was on complete edge for the next couple of days. That website was so disturbing. Those bastards had the nerve to call it the Youth Collaboration Project. That is what I call fucked up. 3 days after the event, I'd almost forgotten about it, until I got a letter in the mail. It said, "Your mum's a pretty one." I had an absolute freak out. First thing I did was grab a piece of tape and slapped it over my computer's webcam. Then I just wiped the entire hard drive. That is all I could think to do. I thought about calling the cops, but there wasn't much evidence. I now know, of course I should have, but I was 14 and dumb. That night, I was feeling quite paranoid. I didn't touch my computer and barely spoke to my parents. Around 10 PM, I looked out my window, which overlooks the street we live on, and I shit you not, a long black figure was standing right next to my mailbox, staring at the house. This might sound like my paranoia getting the best of me, but he was standing there for about 40 minutes. I swear he didn't move once. I was careful. I don't think he saw me. I looked again at around 11 PM. I couldn't see him. I was far too scared to go to sleep, so I just sat in the lounge on my phone. About 1:30, I needed my phone charger, so I headed for my bedroom. I walked straight in without flicking the light on, and my blood turned cold when I saw two men, one kneeling on my bed and the other standing next to it. When my dad heard me, he lunged out of bed, grabbed his baseball bat that he keeps in his room, and flew into my room. The men were gone. My bedroom window had been carefully removed from its frame. I still don't know how they did that so quietly. We called the cops and I explained my idea on the deep web. I gave them the link and we moved out 3 weeks later. I was too scared to ever check if that link was still active.